second question is more of a scenario that's running rampant in Battle Creek. With the Black Panther thing, the theory is that they let the Black Panthers off so that they could, the next election, have them in all of the precincts and voting areas, which would actually cause trouble through Acorn and whatever organizations, unions, which would cause trouble. And so the president could declare a state of emergency and take over the country. That's the big scenario in Battle Creek right now.
Well, anything that the American people will let happen, the president could do. And Paul, I guess it comes down to the fact that I'm glad. Let me say this in a way that it comes across and get the full meaning. I'm glad now that Barack Obama is president of this country. And what I mean by that, I think had McCain been elected, a continued slow, gradual slide into socialism, as it were, but into an anemic Americanism, would have continued, and more jaundiced viewpoint about our government, our system of government would have developed. And the apathy, the frustration, whereas Barack Obama has been a slap upside the face, a bucket of cold water, like none other. And that's why 275 plus were there at the meeting last night. It would have never been there last night. And that's why the Tea Party movement is going so strong. The 9/12 groups and others, and why Reagan Democrats. I met a couple in Marshall at a Tea Party like this in a competition break in Marshall. And I walked in the door. The first two people sitting there, an elderly couple, and they said, tell you what, Tim, we just came tonight, we're Democrats, we'll give you the truth right from the get-go. We asked you to impress us. Well, I'll do my best. But then they said to me, we are open. Because what we're seeing going on in our country is not what even Democrats want. Traditional Democrats. Of course, they go back to John F. Kennedy. By the end of the night, when they walked out, they had 2-yard signs. And they said, we support you because you're standing on the principles of this country, that this country should support, whether we're Democrat or Republican. They were truly Reagan Democrats. And they're coming back. I think if we give them the message that this country is restorable. Why? Because we're Americans and we do those kind of things. We win. If we go back to the Constitution and say that limits us, as we talked earlier, the states have to get back in the primacy. The 10th Amendment gives them. Never let anybody tell you that the states have rights. The states have powers. We gave any power to the federal government that they had. They usurped it, and they become top dog, and the states have become smaller. The 17th Amendment needs to be repealed and replaced with what it once was, that the U.S. senators are elected by the legislatures. So they've got to listen to the states. And they can't run roughshod over the entire state and just get blocks in the large metropolitan areas and send them back to Washington. They have to listen to the governors who say, don't do this to us, this health care plan. Don't give us this Medicaid requirements, because when you can't afford it, we've got to pay for it. You better listen to us, and you're not going back to the U.S. Senate. And all it takes is a majority of the state legislature to say, sorry, 11, you're gone. Stab it out, you're gone. So these things have to be regenerated. We'll hear politicians talk about fresh new ideas. Well, how's the fresh new ideas in the White House working?